All right, people, settle in. I'm Dr. Damien Wolf. For those of you I haven't met, welcome to the show. For the rest of you, you know the drill. Now, I need you to listen, and I mean really listen. What we're covering today isn't some theoretical exercise for an exam. This is the stuff that decides whether you go home at the end of the day.
And I mean that, literally. I've been lucky enough to work with some of the greats: Gears, Ham, Sinclair. I've also had to fill out the paperwork when good people got careless for half a second. Precision, folks. That's the thin line between you and a name on a plaque. So let's get precise.
Okay, first things first. Let's clear up a huge misconception about Keter class. You hear Keter, you think big, scary monster. And sure, some are, but that's not what it means. A T-Rex is a big, scary monster. You can build a cage for it. Keter means unpredictable. It means the anomaly is actively trying to get out, all the time. It means containment isn't a box you build once. It's a full-time, resource-draining war of attrition.
And since every Keter is its own unique brand of problem, there's no magic bullet. You can't just keep building stronger walls. You have to get inside the anomaly's head. Are you dealing with a rabid beast or a cunning phantom?
These two are the perfect examples of our two main approaches. On the one hand, you've got SCP-682, pure, unadulterated rage and regeneration. It hates everything, and it can't be killed. So what's our goal? Brute force. Keep it down, keep it hurt, keep it busy. On the other hand, SCP-106, the old man. You can't use brute force on something that just walks through walls. Trying to overpower him is a complete waste of time. With him, it's a mind game. It's all about deception.
And for 682, this is what brute force looks like. We stick it in a big acid-resistant steel box and just fill it to the top with hydrochloric acid. The lizard's body is in a constant, agonizing state of dissolving and regenerating. It's horrific. It's expensive. But it's just about the only thing that keeps it in one place.
But now look at the containment for 106. It's just wild, right? We can't build a cage he can't escape. So we built a maze he won't want to navigate. It's a lead-lined box, suspended by magnets, inside another box, inside another, 40 layers deep. The supports are random, the spaces are inconsistent. All of this is designed to mess with his phasing ability, to slow him down. We even throw in random rooms filled with weird liquids and surfaces just to add to the confusion. And the cherry on top, a light system that can blast 80,000 lumens in an instant because, well, he hates bright lights. It's less of a cell and more of an elaborate psychological puzzle box.
Okay, so we've covered a walking apocalypse and a dimension-hopping ghost. But not all Keters want to break your bones. Some of them want to break your mind. And that brings us to our next case study, which preys on your most fundamental human instincts.
So let me ask you a question. What's the single most dangerous sound you can possibly hear inside a Foundation facility? Think about it. It's not the breach alarm, it's not a gunshot, it's not even the sound of something unholy roaring down the hall.
The most dangerous sound you can hear is the voice of someone you trust begging for help. Meet SCP-939. They're pack hunters, and they are incredibly insidious. No eyes, no real organs to speak of. Their entire hunting strategy is to perfectly mimic the voices of people they've killed to lure in more food. And if that wasn't bad enough, they breathe out an aerosolized amnestic. It stops you from forming new memories. So as you're walking toward that voice, you're literally forgetting you're in a high-security containment wing. You forget why you shouldn't open that door.
This right here, this is probably the most important life-saving rule I will ever give you. Anyone, and I mean anyone, interacting with 939 wears count them, two waterproof pulse monitors. If both of those monitors go dark, you are considered KIA. We are to ignore, completely disregard, any and all sounds coming from you after that point. Am I clear?
Let me put it another way, just so it really sticks. If you're on guard duty outside 939's cell, and you hear your best friend, your mentor, the person you love most in this world, screaming on the other side of that door, no, you didn't. You trust your tech. You trust the protocol. You do not, under any circumstances, trust your own ears. Your instincts will get you killed. The protocol is what keeps you breathing.
All right, we've talked about the things in the boxes. Now let's talk about you. How do we take all this terrifying information and turn it into something useful? A checklist that gets you through your shift and to the next briefing. Burn this into your brain. First, and say it with me, never get complacent. The moment you think you've got it figured out is the moment you're dead. Second, know your enemy. What kind of game are you playing? brute force, deception, or psychological warfare. Third, trust your tech. Your pulse monitor knows more than your ears do. Your hazmat seal knows more than your eyes do. Fourth, follow protocol. That 60-meter standoff for 106 isn't a suggestion, it's a law of physics for us. Fifth, report, don't rescue. If we lose someone to 106, they're gone. Trying to be a hero just makes 2 victims. And last but not least, decontaminate. That amnestic from 939 can cling to you. Post-mission cleanup is just as critical as pre-mission prep.
Follow these rules. You'll probably live. But it's just as important to understand who makes these rules. Who's calling the shots that you're staking your life on? For this last part, we're going to look up, way up the food chain. We've talked about the anomalies. Now let's talk about the people who built the asylum, who decide what normal even means for the whole planet. Let's talk about the O5 Council.
Look, most of you will go your entire careers here and never see an O5 member. If you're below level 2 clearance, you're not even supposed to know they exist. They're the keepers of all our secrets. But who are they? Let's just start with the one at the top of the pyramid. Who is O51?
In the short, simple answer is, nobody knows. And that's not a bug, it's a feature. The Council is buried under a mountain of deliberate misinformation, a total fog of war. Is O51 an old-school occultist from the 1800s? The actual biblical Eve? A walking mummy? A revolutionary who staged a coup? A religious zealot? Depending on which file you pull up, all of these are true. The point isn't to find the right answer. The point is that you can't.
But here's what you absolutely need to understand. They are the 13 people with total, unquestionable authority over this entire organization, and by extension, the fate of humanity. They are the architects of normalcy. Their word is law, and you will live and die by their commands, likely without ever knowing a single one of their names.
I'm going to leave you with this one last thought from a person of interest we call the Black Queen. It pretty much sums up your new reality. Some of the following information is true, some of it's false. Whatever I've told you here, someone somewhere believes it, and belief has power. Welcome to the Foundation. Your job is to secure, contain, and protect, and your other job is to survive. Dismissed.